Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be doing a tag that I'm tagging myself in. And it was created by Samantha March and Ellie Glines here on YouTube. It is the eyeshadow tag part 2, and I felt like this one was the right one for me. I remember watching a whole lot of videos with the original tag, and with the second tag I took a look at the prompts and felt like it was going to be a fun video, so I decided to jump on the bandwagon. I will be leaving links to Samantha March and Ali Glines' channel down below, so be sure to check it out. Alright, prompt number 1. What is your all-time favorite eyeshadow palette? You guys know what it is, right? I feel like this is a no-brainer when it comes to like my channel, but I have to say it will be my personal build my own MAC palette, and these are a collection of some of my all-time favorite eyeshadows and a few that are a bit more recent but I decided to keep, and I love it. First of all, I've always loved building my own palettes. You've seen it if you've been here for years. I love curating palettes. If I can, I will. And so these eyeshadows, they just hold a special place in my heart. I've been using them for years. I continue to love them. It's what I used on my eyes today. And the eyeshadows that I use on my eyes are upwards of like 10 years old. I don't advise towards doing it, but I mean, that's the honest truth. That's how much I love these eyeshadows. And I continue to use them time after time, year after year, and I still have not been disappointed. And so this warrants the top spot of my favorite eyeshadows of all time. Curated, very well formulated MAC eyeshadows. Prompt number 2, my new favorite palette. And I did rank my palettes from 2021, so this comes at no surprise if you did watch that video, and it goes to Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey palette, the holiday release from 2021. The possibilities are endless. I can go neutral, I can go colorful, I feel very creative and inspired, but I'm also not scratching my head and finding it difficult to come up with the looks. I do have a 7 looks 1 palette, I believe, with this. Was it 7 or was it 9? Anyways, I did a crap ton of looks using this palette. I love the looks that I come up with, and also I find myself like starting off a look and then think, ooh, maybe I should use that shade from the Celestial Odyssey palette. So if that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what else does. But current favorite palette or new favorite palette is going to Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey. Number 3, palette that I'm keeping for the memories. Surprisingly, this was a very easy pick for me, and this is a Tom Ford quad in Cognac Sable. Unfortunately, this palette is no longer, but because of that, it holds a special place in my heart. This was my introduction to luxury makeup. I used to love buying Tom Ford eyeshadow quads. Oh, it feels so beautiful when I use this palette. It's so good. Number 4, the most underrated palette. I'm cheating a little bit because I don't think it's underrated. I just think it's not as well known. So I'm gonna go with the Mented Cosmetics Everyday palette. Y'all, I've been speaking about this eyeshadow palette forever, and I will continue to do so and sing its praises because it's so freaking good. This formulation keeps up with the Pat McGrath, the Natasha Denona, the Tom Ford, the Charlotte Tilbury. This formulation is pigmented but blendable and transitioning and gradiating into other colors. Chef's kiss. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't stress that enough. If you haven't checked out this palette, I really advise that maybe you check out your Ulta, give it a swatch. You're gonna be mind blown. Next up is a palette that is not my favorite, but I can't get rid of, and it's very specific to some eyeshadows. It's a jumble of different brands in this palette, but I can't seem to get rid of these Colourpop eyeshadows and these NARS ones. I can't get rid of them. I know why I can't get rid of Coconut Grove, because I love it as an eyeliner, but this shade and these Colourpops, I can't get rid of them. I keep telling myself one day I'm gonna want that deep matte purple, and I'm not gonna have it. I feel like I'm almost there, like I can almost get rid of you, but not yet. The 6th prompt is my favorite collab. I cheated once again, and not that I have multiple answers, but I don't actually own a collab eyeshadow palette. And so I got to my thinkings and I said, you know what? Pat McGrath did collaborate with Christmas. So my favorite collaboration is gonna be Pat McGrath and Christmas 2020. This is the Celestial Divinity palette. Oh yes, speak to me. I have sung the praises of this palette year after year, time after time. I do prefer this palette to the Celestial Odyssey, even though I really do love that palette. If I had to choose between the two, I would pick this because of the color story. It just suits me a little bit better. But Pat, you cannot stop collaborating with Christmas, okay? I live for it. I live for your collaboration with Jesus Christ. Number 7's prompt is my 2021 favorite. I'm going to refer you back to number 2. It's my current favorite palette. It is my favorite palette of 2021. I'm not going to lie and try and put something in here. They both fit the bill, so that's where they're going to go. Pat McGrath Celestial Odyssey is my favorite of 2021. I should show you the palette in case you just tuned in, but this palette right here, 2021 favorite. Number 8, an eyeshadow palette you didn't expect to love. There, this was easy. Easy peasy, I knew. Natasha Denona Mini Zendo. This was the palette that I chose to see and give Miss Natasha Denona a second try. And man, do I love this palette. I only have one look that I do with this palette, and I just feel so freaking sultry when I have this on. In buying this, I was hoping that I was going to change my mind on the formulation, but by golly, has this blown my mind and made me feel so beautiful every time I use it. Number 9, an eyeshadow palette that sparks joy. That's pretty easy. My Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2. I can just stare at this palette. I literally can just open it, stare at it, feel happy, close it, and go about my day. It's neutral, it's pink, it's purple, it's everyday, it's colorful in the way that I like to use color. It's just absolutely stunning. It's so beautiful, and a smile comes across my face every time I open this up. Number 10, my newest palette in my collection. I'm almost certain that it is my Natasha Denona Retro palette. I think I got this the same time that I got the Viseart Paris Etoile eyeshadow palette, but I used that one before I popped this one open. So I'm gonna go with the Retro palette. I haven't been disappointed so far. Some of these shimmers, man. Whoo, good Lord. And the formulation of these mattes, they're so buttery and pigmented. This is a really good formulated palette. But yeah, it is my newest one and I have no regrets, okay? We are loving, and by we, I mean me, loving the trend of these rosier palettes. Whoa, bring them on. Lastly, the first palette you used in 2022. So this here is the Viseart Petite Fours Framboise palette. And I'm pretty sure this is the first one that I used because I had filmed a video. I think it went up January 9th, if I'm not mistaken. And I had filmed it a few days before, but here is what the palette looks like. I think this could use a deeper shade. I've mentioned it in my ranking 2021 eyeshadow palettes video. I have no regrets. I can definitely change out that color with some of my Étendue palettes. And I haven't been swatching anything in this video, but can I just show you this pink? Oh, this shimmer. Stop it. Alright guys, that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed this eyeshadow tag part 2. Thank you again to Samantha March and Ellie Glines here on YouTube for creating this new tag. Definitely fun, and I can't wait to see what part 3 is going to be. If you guys like this makeup look, be sure to check me out on Instagram. It is the first link in the description box down below. I'll also be leaving links to all of the products down below. Just remember that most of them are magic links, so it is affiliated, and I do make a small commission anytime you do purchase a product. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.